So ain't nobody gonna greet me when I walk into the room. Ain't nobody gonna greet
Here he
me
go.
when I walk into. So ain't nobody gonna greet me when I walk into the room.
Hi, Elishes.
How y'all doing?
You got to
Hi.
talk it to the mic.
You gotta talk into the mic.
Hi, Elishes. Welcome.
Hey, princess.
I'm mad. Hi, Elishes.
You could be mad. You could be mad. So, I am him that you heard of. I am the King of Culture, the candlestick maker, the conversationalist for Magic Ain't Got No Daddy cast pod. I am Elishes Cavness, not the first, the second, but I am the third iteration of greatness. How are you?
I'm great. What about you, Princess?
I'm wonderful.
So today I want to take a moment on your podcast,
Yes. Two sisters, one brand.
Two Sisters, One Brand, to introduce you guys. So this is Brownie and Princess Sims. I got notes. Entrepreneurs times 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I lose count. Motivators, my godmothers in business, mothers, the alpha and the omega, the creative and the operational force behind the final sauce, and last but not least, the host of the spicy, sweet, and savory podcast, Two Sisters, One Brand, the final sauce.
The only sauce you gonna ever need.
Ever, because I got it. So before we get into the final sauce, why don't y'all go ahead and tell the people how you're doing today? Princess, you want to start?
I'm doing good today. I take every day as it comes, and it's a good day. Today's a good day.
It is?
It is.
How's freedom?
How so?
How?
Freedom.
Mm-hmm.
He misses mama.
Oh.
His mama
Freedom
miss him.
is a dog.
Freedom.
His name is Toby.
His name is
not
Freedom.
Freedom.
Don't
His
tell
name is
nobody
Toby.
that.
His name is Freedom. I met Freedom. She told me the dog name was Toby. I immediately called him Freedom. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you need to go watch Roots. Moving right along. How are you, Brownie?
I'm great. I'm doing great.
You show?
I'm positive. I'm mad at you with Princess now.
Why?
You're always begging for some food. So,
Okay.
but that's another
It
conversation.
is.
It might be a blooper reel, but I'm going to just fill y'all in just a little bit. We were looking for some food to go with the final sauce, and Brownie be making the sauce and doing this thing, and then it ain't no food to go with it, and we be dreaming up ideals like fried chicken
Fried chicken.
fish, spicy peach shrimp on a skewer. What are you talking? What? Ooh, blueberry with lamb. I mean blackberry with lamb. I said blueberry, but you know we
Y'all
might
can
get
savor all of that in your mind, because right now you're gonna eat paper. I'm tired,
some- But you could cook.
and it will be in 2 weeks when I recover.
Okay.
It ain't gonna be nothing left of me.
Yeah,
You
well,
waiting, huh?
Dr. CB said you can miss the meal.
Oh.
Dr. CB didn't say that to me.
Oh, okay.
So let's get into it. So
Yes.
what is the final sauce? What is the final? Tell us your mission and your purpose in this world.
So I'll start with the final sauce. The final sauce is it's a condiment company.
Is it?
It's a condiment company, and how we got to that. The name of the final sauce was, when I started it, I didn't want people to know it was me or that I was a woman. I created this to create a job for my son, who was 12 and 6'2" at the time.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so my aunt used to make this sauce, and this is what we grew up on. And so I was like, we have to give Clark a job, because he couldn't get a job unless he was at risk, which I didn't understand. So if he's going to be at risk, then that means he's going to be in trouble long term. So I talked to her, and she said, yeah, she would do it, and he became the pot lifter. We had one sauce then. I didn't have a name for it. I didn't want people to tie me to it, because you're in a male-dominated business.
With barbecue sauce.
So I wanted them to know that it was good. So my real name is Florence Sims.
That's your government name.
That's the government name, named after two old ladies. And so the final sauce is Florence Sims. I played a play on words. And then I did business for years.
Okay, I get that. It just set in. I'm a little slow.
So they didn't know. They just knew that the packaging was good and that the product was good. And I said it was our family business. And then I used my two parents' initials and did C.J. Sims as the owner. So it sounded as if it was a man. They didn't know if he was black, white, or whatever he was. They just knew that C.J. And the packaging was great, which meant it was country boutique, high end. We did our
country boutique. High end. Country boutique, high end. Country boutique, high end. That's the T-shirt.
Oh, there we go. Another
Cause
more for Princess to do.
Oh, especially right now, because we're all about the country music and all of that.
Everything.
Country boutique,
So
high end.
We did one event and it took off so fast it scared me. Because I was out of my element. I didn't know where to get no bottles at.
I can relate.
So I called Princess and I said, you got to come home. I need some help. I'm onto something. And then I'm going to hand it over to her. And
you came home, you and Freedom?
No, I didn't have Freedom at the time. It was three other ones.
Speak up loud.
Lacey, Scotty, and Sadie Mae.
Right.
We drove.
Wait.
Sadie Mae.
Sadie Mae.
Sadie Mae.
Sadie Mae.
Mm-hmm. She was a rescue. Her name was Sadie. I added the Mae.
Country boutique high end.
So, Brownie and a friend flew to Virginia. And we got in my 2006 Honda Civic with 3 adults and 3 dogs, and we drove back 2,900 miles in 5 days.
In the Honda Civic.
In a Honda Civic.
God bless a Honda. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So
we strategized.
I was missing some wonderful things that were going on out here with my family.
Yeah.
I lived out of state for 12 and a half years. I got to see my nephew perform. I saw what she was doing. I already knew she was a hairstylist, but the barbecue sauce, I just okay, I'm coming home.
Yeah. Okay. And now you're here?
I'm here. Been since 2016.
Okay.
And she keeps me grounded because I'm a dreamer and I'm a mover and I'm a unicorn and I'm always in the clouds.
And I have to lasso her with a string to bring her back down to the earth.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, most times it don't.
I'm here for it. I am here for it. So go ahead and take this moment to plug in the website.
www.finalsauce.com. And we're on Instagram. And that's Get the Final Sauce.
Get you some.
Get you some.
Get
and
you
then
some.
what else? Facebook is Final Sauce.
Final Sauce.
Yeah. And we're, like I said, we're a condiment company now. We have, how many products? Yeah.
30.
30 products.
Got it down to
30?
12.
No,
we got it down to 12.
Well,
and she went right back up.
Wait a minute. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got about 8 right now in my refrigerator.
Okay, well, you don't
look at me, look at your friend.
I only have 8 right now in my refrigerator.
Well, we do seasonal flavors, and then the salad, our smoky vinaigrettes are coming back. And then we launched the barbecue,
and
the hot sauces,
which I didn't know about. I didn't know about the hot sauces.
I think I have.
You got the hot sauces.
I got the hot sauce. Do I have all of the hot sauces?
No.
Okay, that's a problem. So we're going to talk about the journey.
Ooh.
So things that you didn't know and you had to figure out, and damn. moment.
Oh, it was many of those. though,
Oh,
right? It was many of
Jesus.
those.
Flip a table, bust somebody in the head.
Oh, we ain't got to flip a table yet, but that's
Yeah,
a little
that's
down the line.
So the first thing was I didn't know I used to make it at home. Till I got the recipe right. And then once I convinced my aunt to help me make it to where it was bottle safe, because and close to the one that she used to make, we had to substitute some things. Then we went into a commercial kitchen where we burnt up some shit. It's totally different from when you cook it at home. And then you get on that real stove with that real fire.
Burnt up the people's shit.
Burnt up. But I tell you, I burnt up
shit.
some shit. Not no stuff, some shit. I burnt up the shit.
Damn, bro, what you did? Packed up.
Did you
and
throw the
was-
pots away too? 'Cause
Not only that, the boiled over. It's called a witch's brew, and
Oh,
it
yeah, that is
instantly like
bad.
cement. It boils over, and then it'll clog up. So we in there with I didn't know how to clean it because it's gas, and we ain't cemented the fire. So yeah, it was So then
I don't even. This
Yeah.
is barbecue sauce. I don't.
because it's not. It is handmade and it's in levels.
Right.
So that's how you get the flavor profile.
Or stages of the
Stages.
cooking process.
Okay.
So that's why when you taste it, it hits you at different moments and different
It
flavors.
sure does.
Yes.
It sure does. It's very complex.
So
It's
no one
very complex.
told us about where to buy the bottles. So I would have to save up for shipping. And when I first got the bottles, I went to IKEA.
You went to
I went to IKEA because I like
IKEA.
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 IKEA and the Dollar Tree.
I can't even go in IKEA. They don't have no windows.
Oh, what you afraid?
Yes, I get in there and they don't have no windows. And if I'm in there, because undoubtedly I'm going to be in there for a while because I'm buying and looking at stuff that I'm figuring out what else I'm going to make out of it.
And anxiety sets
So I
in.
don't go to the other floors. I go to the bottom floor,
Yeah.
and that because I know where the exits are. So I get you.
Yeah.
I don't go to the floor to walk around and then make it my way downstairs. I start on the bottom. So it makes my life a little bit easier.
Okay.
That's the only way. Other than that, there's no windows. You're right.
So you said you were making it at home. We're still in the damn moment.
Yeah. So
What
at
was
home,
that like?
you had to do it on the coldest day and the windy day. If not, everything in your house and your clothes smell like barbecue sauce.
Can't get rid of the smell.
And can't get rid of the smell.
It's candles
Did-
burning, trying to get the smell out.
How you felt about that? 'Cause
Well, she wasn't here in the beginning of that.
Oh,
So
you
I
had
started.
that done
I started
before
in
she.
2012, right?
You started in 2012. I got here in 2016.
So I would wait till it was freezing cold, open up all the windows, and it had to be windy, and I would make it. And then the testing stage was put some in the refrigerator, some on the counter, one in the back of the cabinet, and then see how it would settle. And then I noticed that when it got older, wine, it would turn darker, and you still had to stir it. And then from there, I had my mom. This is before my mom passed. I had my mom and my aunt come over and taste it. I cooked for them, and they thought they made it. My aunt thought my mother made it. My mother thought my aunt made a different one, but it was close. They didn't know it was me, and I was like, okay, so this is what we need to do. And they didn't want to do it. They didn't know how to put it in the bottle, but they were older, and they was like, that's too much work. And the answer is no. So once my mom passed on, I just wanted to leave a legacy, and then plus something for my son to do. So I didn't know where to source bottles. And I'm not a searcher on the internet. I am now.
Yeah.
But in those days, I was like, where's the store? And the reason, we're going to catch on that later on, the reason why I share is because no one shared with me where to go. So I bought the bottles, we did an event, and we completely sold out. So I went to IKEA that night, bought more bottles, and I was up to 3 a.m. and my son making the sauce, bottling it, and putting labels on it. And then we sold out again. And then I told my sister, by this time I had orders, and I'm trying to get them out, and I don't like to do paperwork. I stay in my lane. I like to be creative. And I just told her, I'm like, you got to come home because I'm on to something. And that was like finding the right printer, knowing your customer, all of those things I had no idea. So then I had it in the shop, and then I got distributors to try to distribute it out to see how it would go. And the one thing that helped me was I would go to stores that I liked, that I bought from, which is not like the normal stores. I go to specialty stores where I realized that people like me did appreciate food, but the packaging and the label, it told a story to me. So I would buy all of this stuff and then say, okay, I didn't know how to measure it. So if this ounce is the same ounce as this jar, I type that in and followed the template. Then I didn't, to hire somebody to write your verbiage or the descriptions, they were like $1,000 or more.
That's the other thing that, as a small business owner, all of these little nickel and diamond things that you got to do for business.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to be resourceful.
You have to be.
You have to be resourceful. There's a time and place when you can do those things, and you should be able to do them and delegate them out. And then there's a time as a small business owner, you got to do it.
So I would take a bottle that was close. Isn't that a nugget?
Mm-hmm.
And I would change the wording and say, and then send it to Princess. And that's when you were still in Virginia. And I said, fix the verbiage on this. Make sure all the punctuation is right, and then send it to the printer. And I would save up every week. I would take one client, I'm the stylist, so I would take one client of the day and put it in the envelope. Whatever that first person was is how I paid for labels. And then you had to save up a $500 just for the bottles, for shipping, not for the bottles, for shipping.
Yes.
They don't tell you that if they come to residence, that's a different price. And you wait 2 weeks. And then when we finally got a commercial building, they still dropped it on the curb, but they cut the price. But once we got the industrial address for the warehouse, I was ready to fight. As you would say, flip tables.
Flip tables.
I wanted to fight because we spent a lot of unnecessary money, things you just don't know. So one of our missions and purpose is to share whatever we know, we share it.
Right. And they do share it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that they do share it.
We have to.
Because they've shared with me.
Yes.
So
we all get in the trenches.
proof is in the pudding.
Absolutely.
Proof is in the pudding.
Because there's no I in team, and we can all grow together. But like when the pandemic hit, that was a goddamn moment. Kick somebody's ass moment.
Wait.
We're talking about damn moments. Yeah.
Fall on the floor and cry moment. Because they wouldn't let us have more than 250 bottles.
Why?
Because the big corporations took all the bottles. So I went to me and Princess would go drive around, and I would be in all the Targets masked up and Lysol spraying people, cough once, spray you. And I'm like, this company stole our bottle. This company stole our bottle.
You still do that.
I still do it. And then I'm like, okay, but I'm going to steal their verbiage and change the wording up. I like how that looked. Take a picture of it. Because Princess went through one cabinet, 3 shelves, and it was nothing but other people's product. I tried to see what it tastes like, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll make this better. And then Princess like, I said no, and yeah, whatever. And then, but we couldn't find our bottle. And so then when you only let me get 250 bottles, what am I going to do with 250 bottles?
Wait, back up. So, Princess.
Yes.
What is it like when you say no? And then you come back later and it's done?
It's a quiet storm brewing on the inside.
Is it? But I cook. Okay, so I'm.
But look, I'm just saying, we just asked you to cook and you said no. And you meant that. But when Princess say no, don't make a different kind of sauce. You
so
gonna go do
okay,
it.
so can I get in my defense? There's two sides to this.
Okay, let's back this up. Okay, come on.
Okay, so this
In
is
your
what
defense.
happens. I was coming through Paris, and I buy product when I go places.
So you're coming through Paris. You're buying products.
Yeah, no matter where I go.
You've been in Paris. You've done in your other business. You've done hair in Paris, so you know Parisian cuisine.
So I
And
seen
you can cook Parisian cuisine.
Here you go back to the cooking. You're not eating no food for 2 weeks. I meant what I said. I'm tired. So look, back to this. I seen a coffee barbecue sauce and a coffee rub going through the airport. So I bought it.
I don't know why you wouldn't see a coffee barbecue sauce and a coffee rug because I love coffee.
I know you do. So look, me too. And this one does too. So I came home and I said, Princess, I seen this. It's nasty. It was nasty.
Yeah.
But it's a great idea. She said, that doesn't make sense. And it doesn't go together.
Why
I
you
said
said
them.
that?
I said them two do not go
Why
together.
you said that?
I drink coffee like 90 going north all day
Me
long.
too.
I'm looking for coffee right now.
I need to be
so
able to
barbecue
intake
sauce
it.
and coffee do not go together.
So this
That
is how I.
what
So
I
this is
see
how
it.
I get my way. I made all of her favorites. I even made. I think I made a pie, a peach apple pie, which I used the season rub with the coffee to make it savory. Because our season rubs we
But
can't.
you did you.
So no, so this how I pimp her.
I don't even know what savory means.
Did you say?
I say so. What I did.
Where my apple pie?
So I made oxtails and I did
What?
stuffed pork chop with seafood dressing, and we had the coffee barbecue sauce. And then Angela helps me. So they're just eating it, and she's like, "Oh my God, what did you do different? This is so good." And after she was on that third plate, and then
Third plate.
She was using.
don't be modest.
She was doing Parisian cuisine, so it's tasting plates.
No,
Yes.
so
Tasting plates.
she had appetizers. I think I did awi tuna, lemon crusted, coffee rub tuna. It was fire. All the stuff. That's how she should know that I did something I was told not to do. So then when she ate it, I said, Princess, that's the barbecue sauce. So then she said, I told you not to make it, but she was going back for seconds and thirds. Then I said,
while she was saying, I told you not to make
so
it.
then she said, how do you know it's going to sell? I said, how do you know it's not? So the next day, 2 days later, I bottled it up, and I said, if it don't sell, then I'm in trouble. Every time she say no, we sell out.
I don't say no anymore. I just give her the eye.
So guess what?
She wasn't supposed to make hot sauces.
Look into the camera and
She
show
wasn't
people the
supposed
eye.
to make hot sauces.
Show them the eye. Let me find out.
Why we can't keep coffee barbecue sauce and the spicy one?
Because I'm looking for coffee barbecue sauce. I just came there
Let me tell you
looking
about
for
this.
coffee barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
Will make you hurt somebody.
Because I am ready to fight. Like when I came, it was about, so this is going to segue into the next topic, but I came there asking for coffee barbecue sauce. I'm coming to the warehouse. Everything's there except for coffee barbecue sauce. So I was about to flip some tables, knock some stuff over, I had to walk out. I was like, I felt the spirit of table flipping come over me.
Okay. Oh my Lord, we cannot have that
So the next thing
with all
is,
that glass in there.
I know I wouldn't do. You know me better than that.
I love you.
I
know
love you
wouldn't
too.
do that.
I would not do that to y'all.
Okay. Thank
Someone else.
I might help you.
Okay. So let's talk about frustration with a side of smile. To flip a table or not flip a table? That is the question.
Ooh.
Talk about them table flipping moments. Don't get shy now, because I mean, I know you sorting it out because it's so many.
It's so many. I'm sorting.
It's so many.
So okay, so I'll start.
Phone a friend.
What I have to, yeah. They come to the booth full of Botox, looking like a perch. Or she's like, she had 12 cakes last night, and they want to ask me, what's
How much sugar?
How much sugar's in it? And you need to make one for diabetics, but you can smell the alcohol in her system, in his system. So do you ask Hennessy
Like-
to make a sugar free? I'll wait. Did you put that cake down that you just ate? Look at that shape. And then you got Botox with how many poisons in your face, but your neck and your hands is wrinkled. And you going to ask me about some sugar intake.
I'll
Okay.
wait.
So then this is what I do.
I'll
Hold on a
wait.
second. Princess, take over.
I'll wait.
I'll wait because I'm getting ready to hurt her feelings. So I walk away.
So then when you take over,
Her name is, she can do it.
I have been customer service focused for many years. I'm stern and I'm firm.
you have the customer service
I
voice.
do, so I can respond without it sounding like an attack and kind of fluff that over. But it plucks a nerve. Or if you ask me if it's gluten free,
No. Oh, wait. No,
Wait,
I got one
wait.
better. I make my own barbecue sauce, but you got 4 teeth missing. They like half and hanging. And yeah, this is good. But you know, I do my own barbecue sauce.
Pause.
Ooh,
Pause.
I want to flip a table right now.
Pause. To the person. To the person, the human being who said that you guys should make diabetic barbecue sauce. Please understand that is a ideal that you should do yourself.
there you go. Yeah,
You are now an entrepreneur.
explore that.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you.
Explore that. There's a
Yes.
market for that because you are the market.
And it's
Absolutely.
also a market to push back from the table. No cake.
You didn't need to say that, but okay.
I'm just saying.
What Dr. Savior said, you done ate enough barbecue sauce for the next 3 months. You don't
I mean, and this is the thing. I buy everybody's stuff because I want to try it to see if it's different. There is a market for people who appreciate great food. So
Yes.
even though in our family, especially in the African American household, diabetes and high blood pressure is rampant because it's normally on both sides. So I do a healthier approach to barbecuing. So we're fake vegans. We eat vegetables during the week, and then on the weekends we eat meat.
So you're flexitarian vegan.
Hey,
Oh,
I like that.
Flexitarian?
Yes,
Yes.
I like that.
Flexitarian.
Right. So I need something
Okay.
you said earlier that you like to eat when there's lots of colors on the plate.
Yes.
When I'll do a cooked vegetable and and 2 raw vegetables. I go to Berkeley Bowl where I buy my meat from in the Asian market, and it'll say farm raised, wild raised. The best lamb chops, because I'm very concerned about what I put in my body. But we use a lot of vegetables. When I used to barbecue, like when we used to cater, I didn't do just like collard greens. I used
Kale greens. Nobody knew what kale greens are. I had somebody ask me that. What are kale greens? She whispered it to me like,
What are kale greens?
But I didn't use meat. And guess what? Guess would be the first thing to go?
the kale greens.
The kale greens. And I use vegetables.
Or the mac and cheese too. The mac and cheese used to go. Like if
Yeah.
I didn't
And
get
the
my,
mac and cheese was made with no egg and no milk.
and just as creamy and wonderful. And because I can't do everybody's milk and cheese,
No, she's lactose intolerant.
I can go to work on her mac and cheese and I'll never get sick.
And then beans, instead of using beans out of a can with all that sugar, we do black beans.
I love a black bean.
But it's a
but
black baked beans,
beans.
like baked beans for barbecues.
Yes.
It's a black baked bean.
Yes.
Yes. So instead of having like baked beans, it's black beans. But it
Hold
has,
up. Hold up.
yeah.
Hold up. Stop giving out the recipe. Stop giving out the recipe. Because
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to write. Give me a pen.
I'm working on
I'm
a
gonna need you to write that
our-
down.
our-
I need a black baked bean.
Yes,
Because
babe.
I love a black bean moment.
It will change
Oh,
your
when I
life.
tell you to
and I
change
need-
your life,
It'll
it'll
change
change
your
your life. But
Let
that's
me know
the
which
thing.
one of these I need to use in that.
Everything I make, and you'll see, like if you follow us online, I show you how, even though it's designed as a barbecue sauce, you can use it on everything.
Everything.
And I try to make barbecue looks sexy. Like, I don't eat a big rib. I cut the rib in half and do riblets because I don't like things. That my OCD is I don't like things to touch. And I'm a girl, so I like to eat pretty.
You
Like,
better
oh wait,
not
a sweet
cut
potato?
my rib in I won't.
If I feed you, you're going to eat it
I
how I
won't.
put it on that plate, and it's going to be beautiful.
Well, it seems like I'm going to be waiting for 2 weeks for you to
Yeah.
feed
Oh,
me.
well, you're going to be okay.
You can put it on a plate anytime, any way that you want to, and I'm going to eat it, but just don't cut my rib in half,
it's
but
an
I'll wait.
experience.
It is
and
an
I think
I'm
that's,
trying to experience.
that's another reason for our
Yeah.
mission and our purpose is to take food
Mm-hmm.
back to love on a plate.
Create an experience, create a
Okay.
memory, create nostalgia. You know,
Yeah.
when we grew up and when mama was cooking or grandma was cooking and you couldn't wait to get in there to get your plate,
Yeah.
we've
You
lost
have to
that.
play outside all day and you smell
And
that food.
baby, you couldn't wait to get up in there and get your plate.
And you put it in your mouth and you.
Like, I can reproduce I can do all of our recipes in our family, but they only get homemade rolls twice a year.
That's all.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm trying to save everybody's
And if
shape.
she say she's going to make them, and then when the day comes and she don't, it is a problem. It's a problem. And yeah, I'm going off about that. That's going to be a true table flip
Because-
moment. Don't tell me you're going to make them and then don't.
Call me because
Bet-
I'm going to come help you.
Okay? We're going to rearrange all the
That's- I'ma
furniture in
come
the
help
house.
you.
All the furniture in the house going to get rearranged.
Everything's getting
Exactly.
rearranged.
So don't, if you
gonna
don't
be
say
some
it, I'll be okay if you don't say you're going to make them. But if you say you're going to make
That's so
them,
disrespectful.
I'ma
Table
need my
flipping
rolls.
and furniture moving.
absolutely.
Table flipping and furniture moving.
I heard you, so that's why it's twice a year.
Okay.
So you can say all that extra shit you want
Easter
to.
and Christmas.
No, they didn't even get it. No, Easter. Easter, you're not getting no bread.
It's Thanksgiving,
And Christmas.
maybe Christmas.
That's it.
Maybe.
What you mean? Maybe she said twice.
She
so
said twice, but no,
Thanksgiving-
there's been a time where she said she was going to make them. And then she said, I'm tired and I'm not going to make them. And me and Clark went off.
Just like she said a few minutes. How disappointing is that?
Very, I'm so hurt. I had my mouth all set for some rolls.
I just
She
can't
didn't make them. I
believe
was so
that.
upset because I'm not doing it.
So, look,
Anyway.
look.
So, like, you know how when people make a sweet potato pie, right? They'll boil the sweet potato, which boils the sugar off of it. I know.
I don't think you.
No,
I've
they're not-
never seen nobody.
Oh,
do
they
that.
do. And it be taupe. The pie be taupe. So anyway, you
I don't know those people because
Okay,
I've
you
never
do not
seen.
want to. No.
but we bake them for 3 hours, and then I don't use extra sugar in it, and then I use our seasoning rub in it, and it's savory. So yeah, that the coffee one, which is the number one.
Coffee, yes.
What are you doing?
It ain't here.
It'll be here. Yeah.
The number one seasoning is not here, but you're looking at all these other beautiful things. So I want to just take a moment to just go into each one of you. We're going to start with you, Princess. What is it like working with your sister?
Because you already know.
I do, but
Oh.
you need to tell the people this podcast is going to be wonderful. I want them to understand the dynamic and what happened to lead up to the dynamic because you guys are really, really great.
Me
And
and
y'all love each other.
we do. We
and
do.
love on each other.
But just like anything in life, siblings, there's always that dynamic of friction. It's always there. It could be because of personality, it could be character, it could be a lot of
Yeah.
different things. There is friction, but through it all of it, it's love, right? So I know I pluck her nerve because, if we were like, we look like twins, we could pass for twins. A lot of people get us mixed up for twins. If I moved like her, if I thought like her, if I spoke like her, there probably wouldn't be that much of a friction, but I am completely opposite. I'm
If
an
you
introvert.
pop off
I do.
like her.
I do.
No,
I
no,
do.
no,
Actually,
she's-
it's worse.
it's
but
worse.
It's worse.
It's worse.
It's worse. Because I hold
it's
it in
worse.
for so long before I finally explode.
Uh-huh.
So, but that friction that we have is because I'm very quiet. I'm an introvert. I don't speak a lot, and she is very vocal and very boisterous. That's one thing. But when we were kids, we used to fight. You know, now we don't tussle like we did when we were kids. So that's what I'm saying is as sisters.
Yeah.
But we respect each other. We love
Yeah.
each other, and sometimes it requires us to step away. So I've heard
Yeah.
a lot in our business and networking with our friends. In this entrepreneur game, you rarely see a partnership. It's always they're running it by themselves. We run it together, and there's pros and cons to that. By yourself or with together. I let her be creative. So that thing about her in the clouds, and I got to lasso her to bring her back down. Would we have 30 products if she was still doing it by herself? So
Exactly.
so by me
That part, yeah.
So by me being more technical, more operational, more paperwork, I understand some of the lingo. You know, when we got our LLC done, this is beyond her, and we ain't talking about it. But I could talk about it because I understand it. I'm reading it, I can understand it. So we're like the yin and the yang twins. You know, I back her.
Yin yang in the thing.
And then what happens is we handle things differently.
Yin yang.
So what
barbecue
we
sauce.
did
Exactly.
was we had to, because the love, even though she's the oldest, I'm bossy, and I'm used to just taking charge. So I had to learn how to talk to her and not at her. And she would take what I was saying at her, because as being an entrepreneur for so many years, I give out orders, not really realizing that I didn't said something crazy to her. So we invested in a life coach. So then I love Debbie, huh? Debbie, I love Debbie.
Shout out to Debbie.
Shout out to Debbie, Coach Debbie.
Yeah,
We
Coach.
absolutely will need
It's
to
called
bring her
Coach
in.
Really. Yeah, that's what we're gonna bring.
Brilliance.
So when we were growing, when you're dealing with money, I don't play small.
Right.
But if I said that, she used to take it as I was saying she played small. I wasn't talking about her playing small, but I had to figure out a way to say, when you say no, or I have an idea and you shut it down, I didn't realize I might shut her down. So we go, what did you hear me say? And then she'll like, yeah. And then the other thing is, from her coming from corporate America, she dots all the T's, I's. Me, I jump over them.
You just
She's not even
cursive.
looking at them. She's not going to even look at them.
No, I do,
You
but
just
I'd be like,
writing without looking
that's
at
trying to hold me back. I got shit to do.
Uh-huh.
And so we've learned how to talk to each other, and then be okay if we agree to disagree and to revisit.
Okay.
And once that happened, like when we were getting ready to go to Essence, we were not going to be a booth with product,
Okay.
but we're going to do samples. And that was a
dilemma, because we were trying to figure out how to ship it.
Yeah.
I understood how the shipping worked. You know, you're going to pay for weight. So if
Right.
if the numbers ain't adding up, we got a bill coming that we're not ready for. She didn't understand that part of it. And I mean, she was like on edge. And I'm like, I got to know how much each one of these boxes weighs. So we had these kids coming in and loading up the boxes. I told them how many to put in each box, because I knew how much the weight would be with each box. She didn't understand that. And
I understood it, but in a different way, because I felt like she was working herself because she's a perfectionist. But we get boxes, bottles every day. Let's
fill
call
it
the
up.
damn shipping man. How would it be? And then the thing was that as a small business, they quoted us the price. We cut them a check for the price. And then because it was 4th of July weekend, they tried to pimp us.
they sent us a bill
A whole-
double what
the bill.
the quote was. I had
Now,
all the paperwork.
corporate America would have paid the bill.
No.
Brownie,
no.
the entrepreneur, you gonna get what you told me, and that's the check. And I'll talk to you later. But when we were going through it, we seen things differently. So like, I'm a planner. So like, I planned our outfits, and there were times when she'd be out in the public with no makeup on and no branding. You can't do that, and we would
But-
clash.
But
But now We
Since
learned.
you got a fan club,
Oh yeah, she got a fan club.
you can technically do it. So
No, she
Princess,
cannot. No, she cannot.
She cannot.
She cannot.
Princess, when did you find out that you had a fan club?
I didn't know till she told me.
Because she don't she on social media looking at dogs.
Brownie, how
You know-
does Princess Fan Club treat you?
Oh, disrespectful. The disrespect. Hi, Brownie. Where's Princess? I just love Princess. Why you don't make sure she has leftovers?
I just want to put it out there that I am the president of your fan club. I am the closest to you. I'm the president of the fan club.
Tell her she got a big ass fan
You
club.
got a big fan club. Like, even I'm on there making comments.
If I don't
You
post
making
her,
comments.
I start
I'm just
getting
saying.
DMs. You didn't feed Princess this week? What you mean I didn't feed? Did you feed Princess this week? I've got an injury. No, I started filming her because she's funny to me, but she would talk so crazy.
Uh-huh.
And then I make you a plate. This is not a restaurant. And I like beautiful food. And
Okay.
she gonna say, this would, like 10 times, this would be so much better if it was some cornbread.
Okay, so
I
since you
know.
want to bring that up,
I'll just
she
love
made
it.
pancakes for me one morning with blueberries and bacon. And she
Uh-huh.
put my syrup on my bacon, and I wanted syrup on my pancakes. We've had several discussions about that because she's expecting an apology that she is not going to get. I wanted syrup on my pancakes, not on my bacon.
Why you
But
put
she
syrup
had
on the
syrup.
Bacon.
It
And
was,
we
it
didn't
was,
even-
it
we
was,
didn't-
it was, it was,
We didn't
it,
even have no more syrup left.
no,
on
no,
my
no, no.
pancakes.
It was the
didn't
pandemic,
have
and it
no
wasn't
syrup.
no. Don't listen to her. Okay, so look, I did
I'm
maple.
so sorry. I'm so sorry you had
Okay,
to go
I'm
through that
outnumbered.
trauma.
I'm outnumbered. Hell no.
I'm so sorry you had to go
What
through that
possessed
trauma.
her to put syrup on my bacon and not
It's
on my
just-
pancakes?
Okay, listen to me. Excuse me. I took maple syrup that I made and used the coffee rub to make it smoky and savory. Then there was a little container with extra syrup for her.
A little container.
Look, right, little. She only had 2 little pancakes, but she wants to pour the bottle on it. You see how she pours the barbecue sauce on everything like she's the only one to eat. So I said to her, Princess, no, don't touch her because I need some help right now.
She put syrup on my
So,
bacon.
so
They wanted
I'm
on my
like,
bacon.
there wasn't no more
there
syrup
was no
in the
s-
store
and it
during
was-
the pandemic.
There was no more syrup for my pancakes.
It was syrup, and you
I
just,
just want to say
disrespectful.
to the Princess Fan Club, y'all reach out. DM. Watch these videos of at home feeding Princess. DM. That's not right.
I don't
Yeah,
get
okay.
I don't
That's
get no
not
plate
right.
with no napkin.
No play with a napkin.
I don't get. I
It's
need
not
a
a
napkin.
restaurant.
She want.
It's
she-
not a restaurant.
So,
it's not a
look,
restaurant.
I want to know about the actual cornbread
Yes.
that I saw. There was some cornbread and some greens, which probably was kale greens
Yes, it was a mixture of kale and collards.
and chitterlings. So I don't
Chitlins, not chitterlings.
chitterlings.
Chitlins.
chitlins.
Chitlins. Okay. So I don't eat cornbread because I call that slave food. I just don't
Okay.
eat
Well
it.
then. Okay. Call
But
me-
I can, you know what? I don't eat cornbread because I'm cornbread out. When I was growing up,
what?
it was
No,
cornbread,
you can
cornbread,
never
cornbread,
be
cornbread,
cornbread out, man.
I don't even want to see a corn
Yes.
kernel. But that plate looked it extremely
And that's
good.
the jalapeno.
Magnificent.
Magnificent.
Yes.
You think we could get a replay of that?
I beg every day. Don't get no.
A replay times 2. Because I want to sit there and eat.
You gonna eat some chitlins?
Yeah.
You eat some chitlins?
Yeah, I mean,
Got the hot sauce for it too?
Yep.
And my cornbread?
I don't know about the cornbread, but
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
It's a jalapeno one. It's fire.
yeah, it's a jalapeno cornbread.
Okay, I'll give it a try. Can
I would
have
like to have a
rice with
seafood.
mine?
Can I have a seafood cornbread?
I'm getting ready to flip this whole
So,
table over.
You know, now we raising the price on food. Let's backtrack. let's tell these entrepreneurs want to be thinking about it and everything. If you're broke, what do you do?
You start. You just start.
You can never, it is not something that you can plan. It's not something like, I'll do it when this happens. I'll do it when this happens. You cannot do that, or you will never do it.
You'll never start.
It'll never have a moment where you can do it. So just do it and build on it. Don't beat yourself up for the mistakes, perceived mistakes. Take what happened and learn from it and keep trying. Immerse yourself in other entrepreneurs and things that they've done.
You got to build your tribe.
You got to keep people surrounded with you that keep you strong, and also be able to discern bullshit. Please, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to say that?
Pause.
Pause. Discern who is real and who is not.
And be careful. So this is the thing. You have to jump and you have to start. And you don't have to start big.
No.
If you can only get 24 bottles, they don't know that you don't have 100. Just start. Play with your labels. There's so many companies, and now we have Canva, to where you can design. Canva is a place where you can design.
Everyone can be a designer.
Right, until you
For
can
$12.99
find
a month.
the person that can do and get what you want. I play with stuff, and then I hand it off for them to do their touch. Follow a brand, and it doesn't have to be what you're doing, but you need to see, you got to do your research to know how it feels and why it makes you feel that way. And then you start off with 12 bottles. Be careful of around people sharing your dreams who speak everything as little. Your
Your
little
little
business.
business.
They're dream killers,
Right.
and they don't even know they're dream killers.
How
Right.
your little business going?
But how's your little job that they getting ready to age your ass up out of here, right? How about that? And then
'Cause
you
your
are
age
you,
ain't little no more.
right,
Your
and
age
that
ain't
little
no
little
more.
stroke that you getting ready to have because they unplucked your last nerve. I wait, and you didn't get that bonus. Oh, better yet, they laid 14,000 people off, and you thought you had a job. I wait. So that little job, okay, that makes me want to flip tables and put hands on people, but I'm too old. And I can't do it, but I dream it.
Be open to learn. Don't shut it off because I don't want to do that. I got a different idea.
And what's the thing we do? This is something that I learned from the lady from Essence. She allows herself, her name is Carolyn Wagga. I love her. She's so fly. She said she allows herself 6 mistakes in a day. So she never gets stuck. Because sometimes you'll beat yourself up. You'll beat yourself up and it might not be something like, mind you, let me give you an example. I ordered all new labels for the spring and the hot sauce labels, and they came in. And we realized I didn't order the barbecue sauce labels to them. I looked at Princess. We get to the warehouse, and we only have 12 specialties. That's
Labels.
it. Labels. So what are we going to do? So we pivot. You got to learn how to pivot without panic.
Yes.
Pivot. So I said, Princess, that's 6 kits. Put 6 on this one, a peach, 6 on blackberry. It's going to go in this kit. Let's keep it moving. Nobody knew the difference. Nobody knew the difference. No. So you got to, I had $17. I had $20, but I didn't have $200. Princess but we got to order labels. I have $20. I didn't have $200. So Avery went and designed the labels on Avery and said limited edition.
And you order them online and have them shipped. It's about $2 or $3 off. So
right.
Don't go to the store and buy them for $24. Ship them and pay less than $20.
And they get there overnight. So those are the things that we share with other entrepreneurs. You might not be able to get 10,000 labels. Oh, that would be the idea. But when we ordered some labels, how about we ordered some labels and labeled a whole bunch of stuff and did not realize that the phone number was from 2012?
What?
Right. So the lady, we sent her barbecue sauce because they still calling that. She said, you must be good because they keep calling the house. And that's when the office was in the house. But when you're moving and you're making moves, you got to, so we have a checklist.
Yeah.
How about this? We get all the way where we got to go and grab the wrong boxes and it don't have no labels. So what we going to do? It happens. We sell them. And say, you don't mind? I don't care. I want this. Or we don't have enough. So you tell them at 12 o'clock, well, I brought 10 cases, but you only got 2. They'll be gone at 12:30. I promise you. You can only do what you can, and you can't beat yourself up.
And as a small business owner, you have to give yourself that mercy and grace. You're going to have to.
You have to.
Right.
And
or
you
will
got
go
to make
crazy.
relationships. So the guy who made our T-shirts, I
Right.
couldn't afford 25 T-shirts. I can afford 4. He made 4 T-shirts. And then I went and bought T-shirts from Target, the men's department, the undershirts for the men, because we have hot flashes, we thin. And they was $12. And Christian did our T-shirts. So we stayed, because we couldn't afford clothes, we stayed in T-shirts, so we stayed branded.
Shout out to Christian.
Shout out to Christian.
Making it happen.
Making it
Another
happen.
small business owner doing T-shirts and things of that
He
nature.
does our bags. He does everything to make us look a certain type of way. And then finally, we found Sydney.
Sydney does our social media.
Yeah, she does our social media. But this is conversation. I met her from another entrepreneur. Then Scott, who does our labels.
Designs, yeah.
Designs. No problem. Scott, this is my idea. Send it to him. He's like, oh, that's good. So what I do is every year I forecast for next year. So and also in a small business, especially if it's a product,
Right.
you are exempt from the nutrition bar if you don't have $100,000 in sales and 10 employees. Now,
You are exempt from the
Exempt.
nutrition bar if you don't have $100,000 in sales and 10 employees.
so we didn't have that. We barely made 5,000 one year, right?
Barely.
Barely. Like we were stealing for Peter to pay Paul, but when we showed up, no one knew. And again, we're trying to show up in a way and use the best of ingredients. When there was a bottle shortage, there was a top shortage.
Ingredients shortage. The cost of ingredients.
Yeah, sugar went, and we don't use white sugar. We use dark sugar, dark brown sugar.
Right.
Everything changed. Bottles went up. So you got to be able to pivot. So the more you order, the cheaper it is. But then they put a cap on it. So then So then I took 10 of my entrepreneur friends, and they all ordered bottles for me to have them shipped to the warehouse.
So you save on
Sometimes
shipping.
you got to do what you got to do.
You got to
Yes.
do what you got to do. And to see the other part of that is that we don't, that probably a lot that needs to be talked about is that when you love what you do, when you believe in what you do,
Yeah.
you will persevere and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say that again. Say that again. That was powerful.
When you love what you do, you will persevere. You will, every day you get up and like, okay, today's a new day. Yesterday was over with. I'm going to keep going. Because I love what I do and I believe what we do.
So like right now, Princess has had surgery. She's been hurt. So she can't get in the trenches with me, which is good because I need her brain.
Right.
I need the brain.
We need you tap, 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 tap.
No,
tapping
she can't
away.
even do that anymore. She can't be on the computer like that anymore. But no, this is the thing.
That's where pivoting comes in.
Pivoting comes in. As we grow, she has to stop being a doer and tell people what to do. And that has been a challenge. But when I tell you, this event we just did, she came around that corner, she stayed cute, and she said, I need you to do X, Y, Z. And it got done.
And where was the fan club? Did they show up?
Oh, she gets to smile in their face. And Princess, I just loved how, and it's like, here they go. Hi, Brownie. I get the fake hi. Hi, Brownie. I just
Hey,
love
girl.
Princess. Can you
Baby,
please,
hey, girl, hey.
can you please let
Princess.
Princess have some hot sauce and let her have leftovers?
So then let's get into that. Let's talk about events and pop-ups and how
Oh, yeah.
to choose them as a business starting out and established?
That is an excellent question
That's an excellent
Yeah.
question.
because you can't do every pop-up.
No, you can't.
You cannot. But you also, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Say that again.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Cha-ching.
Okay,
And
if you pay it,
do start doing them and you make a mistake, or not, I won't even, it's an experience and it's
Yeah.
part of the journey. You're going to do that. And then you're going to say, next year, this not going to happen. Because people will play on your loyalty.
Uh-huh.
And they used to do that with us. She's like, but they support us. Bitches don't support us. We paid them. And I'm not getting ready to do this again. I promise you I'm not. So
Yeah.
then next year, you get away with this year. Next year it's got to change. So then what you do is your community of entrepreneurs, that's how you bounce off.
Yeah.
they share information with
Right.
you. You share information with them. So it kind of is a give and take relationship.
Right.
But also you can't do every event, and you have, depending on what, you have to know what your market is. You have to know who your customer is, and you got to know where your customer is going to show up. Now,
Right.
the other part of that is that's not something you learn overnight either.
No.
No.
It's by doing those events that
You find who your customer is.
Okay.
You find out who your customer base is. That's another place to try new products.
Right.
That's another place to say what I want to do next year. So when we first started, the first tent we got was $80, and the wind lifted
it was
up
mangled.
and mangled it, and
we couldn't even fold it up. We had to leave it in the yard.
the people had to take it away. That was the first one. Then the second one was bent up too. So then finally by the third one, I said, Princess, I'm going to invest the money in a real one because I'm watching other people and theirs are branded up. And
Yeah.
I just started saving 1% off of sales and put it in an envelope. I'm an envelope person till we got it. And I spent the money on the tent. And then I got the van. And then the pet,
I've seen the van is
No.
a billboard. What?
It is a rolling billboard now,
Yes.
and people damn near hit her every time we driving down the highway. They
'Cause
all
they
up
trying
on
to
us.
get the sauce.
Right.
They're trying to get to the final
but
sauce.
what I had to do was manifest
Yeah,
what that would look like. And I invested the money. And I mean, when I tell you I saved up for it, I bought the van. I think I had COVID when we didn't know about COVID then. I was
this
sick
is
of
the January before COVID and the shutdowns in place. And we didn't skip a beat. We drove, but we was out there for hours. Wasn't this on a Sunday? It was on a Sunday.
I went to
We
go-
just went to go look. And we came home in that van. And let me tell you something.
You just went to go look.
The man was so nice. We didn't go to buy anything. We ended up buying it. They followed us home to give them the check.
Yeah, because all I had was ID. That's what good credit did.
I didn't panic. And March is when they announced the shelter in place.
and
And
let
we
me
were still rocking and rolling.
thank God it got wrapped. Because when the tax season came, we should have went to jail. But our tax lady, because we had that van and that van was wrapped.
Wait,
We had,
pause.
those are things that people don't tell you. But Princess didn't know I was going to have it wrapped. I went and had that sucker wrapped. She's like, oh. Then here go the neighbors. Oh. Next thing you know, when the pandemic happened, we were selling food every 2 weeks with the rig out front of the house.
Side note, I will be having a sticker on the side of my car.
Yeah. But we did pop-ups in 2 cars.
Yeah. We would drive to San
We had
Francisco.
the tent. The tent was rigged.
You had the Ford Fusion, and I
Yeah.
had the Honda Civic. That was it. That's how we got to our first events in San Francisco.
A minute.
So it's safe to say that branding is important.
Branding
Yes.
is important. Perseverance is important. Know your customer.
And be okay
Be okay with mistakes.
with mistakes. And it's not easy. And if someone tells you you're going to make $1 million in a year,
They lied to you.
you need to flip the table up on them and don't listen to them. You're in for the long game. And so it's a part of the journey. And have empathy for self first. And the other thing, and then we're going to end on this because we will be back.
Right.
You got to learn to be a giver. Every time we do an event, God tells me who to bless, and we give them sauce. And that's how we got our sauce out there. We gave it to people, other vendors.
So go ahead and plug your website again.
www.finalsauce.com. We are two sisters, one brand. I'm Brownie.
I'm Princess.
And we are the Final Sauce.